All right, so get this. All right, we're diving into the story about a guy, Gal Valerius, and let's just say he was living a double life. And it's a wild one. We're talking like, picture this, a guy all about that competitive beard life, like traveling the world, winning trophies, the whole nine yards. Get this behind the scenes. He's Oxymonster, how should we put this? A prominent figure in the dark underbelly of the web.
Yeah, it's like a fascinating paradox. I
Okay.
mean, it's not like he was just some guy selling like homemade stuff online or something. We're talking Dream Market here, one of the most notorious online marketplaces for, well, let's just say not exactly legal products. And Valerius, he was a top dog there. The level of organization, the digital know-how to pull that off, all while like maintaining this entirely different public face. Remarkable.
Okay, so before we go full on cyber sleuth here,
Yeah.
let's make sure we're all on the same page. We're talking about the dark web, right? Not your everyday Google search here. What exactly are we talking about when we say dark web? What makes this corner of the internet so dark?
Anonymity, layers upon layers of anonymity. It's like, imagine trying to find your way through a maze,
Yeah.
right? But it's pitch black, and even the map you have, designed to mislead you. That's the dark web in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You need special tools just to get in, specific software like the Tor browser. It bounces your communications through this like global network of relays, makes it incredibly difficult to track your online activity.
So it's like a secret society, but instead of secret handshakes, it's all about having the right tech just to get in the door. And once you're in, you've got these marketplaces, like Dream Market, for example. But instead of, vintage clothes or handmade jewelry, we're talking illegal goods.
Exactly. Drugs, weapons, stolen data,
Wow.
you name it, Dream Market probably had it. And because of all that anonymity, all those layers we were talking about, buyers and sellers, they felt untouchable, like completely invisible to law enforcement.
And that's where Oxymonster comes in, right? I mean, we're not talking about some small-time operation here. This was a major player operating in this digital underworld. What made him so, I don't know, so significant in this Dream Market world?
He wasn't just like a vendor,
Yeah.
right? Valerius was an administrator, one of the masterminds behind the scenes. He made sure this whole illegal enterprise ran smoothly. Think about it. The logistics involved managing vendors, resolving disputes, all while staying completely anonymous. Valerius, or Oxymonster, he was deeply embedded in this world.
Okay, so we've got this digital mastermind, right? Like, he's convinced he's untraceable, totally in the shadows. But the feds, they don't just, give up, do they? I mean, they were onto this Dream Market thing, weren't they?
Oh, absolutely. They were building their case using some pretty sophisticated techniques to crack that dark web code.
Oh, really? Like what?
Blockchain analysis, it was one of their secret weapons.
Well, that's-
Yeah, so you see transactions using those cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin or Monero. They're designed to be anonymous, sure, but they still leave a trail, a digital one.
So it's like, what, like leaving a receipt at a crime scene, but like a digital encrypted receipt?
Kind of, yeah. Blockchain analysis lets those investigators follow the money. They can trace those digital breadcrumbs through, oh man, this tangled web of transactions. And it wasn't just Bitcoin. Valerius, he liked Monero, designed for even more privacy.
Oh, so even harder to trace.
Right, but even Monero, it's not 100% foolproof.
So the feds are up in their game using all this tech to follow the money. But how'd they connect Oxymonster to Gal Valerius, the beard competition guy from France? It's not like they could just Google his, dark web username or something, right?
And that's where Valerius's quest for, well, anonymity, it takes this kind of ironic turn.
Okay.
Remember all those beard competitions?
Mm-hmm.
Painted this picture of like a carefree, international lifestyle.
Yeah.
They actually provided some big clues.
Wait, seriously, his beer obsession led to his downfall? What? How?
Well, not the beards themselves, of course, but like every selfie, every post about a competition, every flight he booked, it all added up, this digital trail. Investigators, they started noticing patterns, links between his online activity and his real world movements.
So while he's worried about beard oil and what competition schedules, he's handing investigators pieces of the puzzle without even realizing it.
Exactly. And don't forget his activity on those Dream Market forums, the ones we talked about.
Yeah.
Investigators, they started analyzing his writing style, like his language, even his word choices.
And it matched. He slipped up, revealed his identity. That's crazy.
Let's just say those digital fingerprints, they were starting to line up.
Yeah.
His online persona, Oxymonster,
Yeah.
and real-life Gal Valerius, they were merging. Hmm. But there was this one seemingly harmless decision that really sealed his fate.
Okay, I don't know. What was the final straw?
Valerius decided to travel to the U.S. He was going to the World Beard and Mustache Championships in Austin, Texas.
He flew to the U.S. while under investigation. Bold move.
It was a bold move
Yeah.
and, ultimately, a huge miscalculation. As soon as he landed at Atlanta International, U.S. authorities, they were waiting for him. They had all the evidence they needed.
Let's talk about a grand entrance, huh? No red carpet, though. Just handcuffs.
What happened next? Did he try to, like, deny everything?
Well, when they searched him at the airport, they took his laptop. And let's just say they found what they were looking for pretty quickly.
He didn't wipe his hard drive. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake. What did they find? So, like, talk about hitting the jackpot. What was on that laptop? What kind of evidence could actually, like, tie him to everything, all his dark web stuff?
Well, remember how we were talking about all those layers of anonymity, the tools Valerius used to try and hide himself online?
Yeah.
Well, his laptop, it was like the key to his digital kingdom. They found his logins for Dream Market, records of transactions that matched all his crypto activity, even messages with other users, all linked right back to Oxymonster. Wow. It's like he practically handed it to them on a silver platter. Did he even try to fight the charges with all that evidence? I mean,
With this, undeniable digital trail staring him in the face, Valerius decided to plead guilty. I guess it was like finally admitting that his double life was over.
yeah.
The beard enthusiast, the dark web kingpin, those two worlds, they finally collided. And, well, there were consequences, real ones.
So what happened? What did the court decide?
The court, they did not take his crimes lightly, that's for sure. Valerius was sentenced to 20 years in prison. A long time.
Wow, 20 years. That's
It was a serious sentence, yeah. But it shows you how seriously they took his crimes. And, of course, all those crypto assets, all that money he'd made, gone,
Yeah.
seized.
It's a reminder that even in the digital world, even when you think you're totally anonymous, you're not really off the hook.
Exactly.
So what's the takeaway here? I mean, should we all be like freaking out about what we do online?
It's not about freaking out, but it is a good reminder to be aware, right? Valerius's story, it shows us that this idea of being totally anonymous online, it's kind of a fantasy. Every click, every transaction you make online, it leaves a trace. And as technology gets even more advanced, law enforcement, they're getting better and better at following those trails.
Okay, so what should we be doing? Should we all just like ditch our computers and, I don't know, live off the grid?
It's not about going completely offline. It's more about, being aware of your digital footprint. What you're doing online, the information you're putting out there, it all adds up. Strong passwords, being careful about what you share, those privacy settings, it all helps.
That makes sense. This whole story, it really makes you think, if a guy like Valerius, who went through so much trouble to stay hidden, could get caught, what does that mean for the rest of us? I mean, is online privacy even possible anymore?
It's a great question. And I think it's something we all have to think about more and more these days. Technology is changing so fast. The lines between, online lives and our offline lives, they're getting blurrier all the time. We all leave a digital trail, right? It's like a story told through our data. The question is, what will your story say?